like to make a special thanks to the Newfane community for supporting this event every year. At this time, I would like to introduce the middle school chorus from Newfane to lead us in the national anthem and the Pledge of Allegiance.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rocket's red glare, the bombs bursting in air, came through the night, that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave.
We do not know all of them, but we owe all of them. Let us also grieve for a time today with the widows, the widowers, the moms and dads, the grandmothers and grandfathers, aunts and uncles, brothers and sisters, who have felt and continue to feel the sting of loss of their family member. Let us not forget as well that each of these men and women, whether in the supply line or the front line, were all invaluable to the fight for freedom of this great nation we call the United States of America.
Today we honor more than the 1 million men and women who made the ultimate sacrifice for our nation while serving in wars and missions since the American Revolution. We will pay special tribute to those who stormed the beaches and parachuted into Normandy, France for D-Day. We must always remember them. May they rest in peace. Again, thank you for being here, and God bless America.
Even on this early date, U.S. military leaders and planners realized at some point America and her allies would have to invade German-held Europe. This would take another 2.5 years before this planned invasion was finally realized.
The English would invade France on the beaches designated gold and silver. Our other ally, the Canadians, would invade France on the beaches designated Juno. The Americans would invade France on the beaches designated Omaha and Utah. This covered 50 miles of the French coast.
Take up our quarrel with the foe. To you from falling hands we throw the torch, be yours to hold it high. If you break faith with us who die, we shall not sleep through poppies grow in Flanders field.
15,000 American and British paratroopers jumped into France beyond the beaches of Omaha, Utah, Sword, Juneau, and Gold. 6:30 in the morning, 156,000 soldiers came ashore on these 5 beaches. Killed on these 5 beaches were 4,500 soldiers, 5,000 were wounded. There were 12 Medal of Honors awarded for heroism to soldiers and sailors on June 6, 1944. Of those 12, 9 were killed the first day. On June 8th, burials were commenced in France, and that was the first cemetery of World War II. Many people asked what D-Day stands for. It was used to represent Departure Day.
We pause to recognize our POW and MIAs. We call your attention to this small table, which occupies a place of dignity and honor. It is set for 1, symbolizing the fact that members of our armed forces are missing from our ranks. A single rose in the vase signifies the blood they may have shed in sacrifice to ensure the freedom of our beloved United States of America. The glass is inverted. They cannot toast with us at this time.
We would, however, like to take a moment and pay tribute to 4 service members from New York State that died while performing their duties serving this great nation. Staff Sergeant Corey Wade, United States Air Force, Shortsville, New York. Major Terry Brayman, United States Air Force, Pittsburgh, New York. CV-22 Osprey crash off the coast of Japan. Chief Warrant Officer 2nd Casey Frankowski, New York, and Resner, New York. U-72 Lakota helicopter crash near the border in Texas. Chief Warrant Officer 2nd John Gracier, New York. Schenectady, New York. UH-72 Lakota helicopter crash near the border in Texas.
We were bound for Normandy, where we had a job to do. Now the Empire Launch was a deep-sea tug with a crew of 33. And I was just the galley boy on my first trip to sea. I little thought when I left home of the dreadful sights I'd see. But I came to manhood on that day when I first saw Normandy. At off the beach of gold, neath the rocket's deadly glare. We towed our block ships into place, and we built a harbor there. Mid shot and shell, we built it well, as history does agree. While brave men died in the swirling tide on the shores of Normandy. For every hero's name that's known, 1,000 died as well. On stakes and wires, their bodies hung, rocked in the ocean swell. And many a mother wept that day for the sons they loved so well. Men who cracked a joke or lit a smoke as they stormed the gates of hell. As the years pass by, I can still recall the men I saw that day, who died upon that blood-soaked sand, where now sweet children play. And those of you who were unborn, who's lived life in liberty, remember those who made it so on the shores of Normandy. And to those of you who were unborn, who lived in liberty, remember those who made it so on the shores of Normandy.
And pause in solemn remembrance of those who've given their lives in service to our country. May the memory of their sacrifice live on in our hearts and in our minds. And may God help us to honor their sacrifice by cherishing the freedom they died to preserve.
Close our Memorial Day service. On behalf of the American Legion Post 873, thank you all for coming. Until we meet again, stay safe and God bless.